Hello, everybody. Joe Biganonis here, and welcome back for another episode of Utawarerumono, Mask of Deception, where last time we left off, went to go have some nice tea and snacks with Mikazuchi. Also did some other things, Nozuri shenanigans, and I'm pretty sure we went to go see Mito again in Dreamland. Ooh, where it was essentially revealed outright, like, yeah, you're a smart kid. You probably figured out I'm the Mikado. Not gonna say it out loud, but no sense. You beating around the bush there, and it's kind of like, yeah, but why? But why like give the the meat puppets? And it's like, that'd be funny. Still, still don't know a whole lot about it, about them. What the what are they, Nugami of chains or something? I bet if I actually go into their character glossary, it might actually answer those questions for me. Um, Mysterious duo. Well, that's dumb when they're like that. But where's sea related entries? One of the mysterious. Me get a gift is Sister Sarana. We're into Oshtor called Kamunagi. Kamunagi. I'm a little dyslexic there. Of Chains. Daughters of Honoka, eventual successors, strikingly similar, paler. Doesn't really go into what that means. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Maybe it'd be in uh a different one, like culture, lifestyle. I don't know, man. They'll probably deign to explain that at some point. Maybe maybe like every couple of episodes I'll just go through and read off all the new entries. But the fact that we haven't done any of them so far means I would have to go through all of them, which might be its own little side, point 0.5 episode if I'm feeling generous. Which, in theory, I could do today because I'm actually recording for once before 9 a.m. That's right. A federal holiday today. So I got the day off. Or is it? Yeah, it's today. And I also have the day off tomorrow because the military is weird like that. We get 2 days off for federal holidays. I mean, it's like I'm not complaining. It's just why? Why do we do it? I don't know. You get like the holiday and then you get a family day, and it's like, well, why do we need the family day? I guess it's so in case they need coverage for one of those days and you have to work, you can get the other day off, but and then you get the other day on the back end somewhere. I don't know, man. I'm just literally pulling shit out of my ass to try to make it make sense. But it's hot as fuck today. Or oh god, I'm dying. See, this is a side effect of me recording just when I wake up. It's gonna be hot as fuck today. And I can already tell bugs are trying to make their way into my house to escape the heat. Fortunately, it's just a couple stray. They're not really fruit flies, but they're kind of like fruit flies. But if they were bigger, but they're not like full size flies, but they're too big to be gnats. I don't really know what to call them. But a couple of those are like in the my little side bathroom down here, which it no, it's not because it's gross in there. It's because it was a bathroom made out of like a broom closet or something, and they did a real shitty job fitting the window, and it's just completely drafty in there. Even with the window closed and the screen closed, shit still gets in. There's only like one real like housefly I've seen inside so far, and it's currently flying around my sunroom, like landing on me occasionally or on my desk or on my microphone. Uh, but it's like too energetic; it won't stop. I have like a salt shotgun I can blast the fucker with to like stun him, and then I can just like destroy him from there. But you just gotta wait for him to tire himself out, I guess, and then I'll do it later. But yeah, it's gonna be icky today. I got my AC going behind me, so I should be fine. My AC and my fan. Thank God for box fans. What I really need is to get like a little kiddie pool, or really just go to like the Tractor Supply store and get like a trough and put it in my backyard. And I can just fill that with water and go soak in it. Because if it's just for me, I'm not going to be like too concerned about how I cool down. If I just need to lay down in like a metal trough and fill it with water from the hose, that's fine. I'll do that. I don't care. I don't need to like swim around or like have an inflatable pool or something. Like, fuck, I'll just go get like a big garbage can and fill that with water and hop in. Like, I do not care. Not at all. Not a zilch. But hopefully it doesn't come to that. That's part of the reason why I woke up so early is that it's getting too hot upstairs. I couldn't sleep. And that was only at like 8 a.m. It's gonna be a rough couple days, folks. I'm definitely gonna have to put in the window AC unit upstairs. My poor electricity bill is gonna go skyrocketing because I'll always forget to turn it off. And then when I go to work, and then I'll justify it when I come back home. I'm like, well, I'm just keeping the room cool for when I do go to bed eventually, so that way I don't get in there and it's like, oh, it's hot and gross, and then I gotta wait for it to cool down before I can actually go to sleep. Ugh. That's probably why I haven't been sleeping well either lately. It's just so hot. I'm tossing and turning and not getting like a good, level of rest. But that's beside the facts. Anyway, let's go to the dining hall. Start this thing. Oh, hey, oh, sure. Oh, yeah, me. My personal stuff besides being hot. And the temp, and besides the temperature outside being high. It was busy the past couple of days. Work, as I mentioned before, I'm in a class right now, and that takes up a lot of my time. Oh, the fucker's in like the neck of a bottle. Can I trap him? I got his ass. I got his ass inside a bottle. I just got to keep my hand on the bottle at all times. Flawless. This is my plan from the beginning. It's not because I'm a slob and just leave, stubby, of course, banquet out after I'm finished with it. No, it was there to lure the fly in with the delectable temptations of beer residue. And now he's trapped, and he can no longer escape. At least until I move my hand. Actually, I got bottle caps strewn about my desk because you could probably... I actually don't know if you can hear me tinkering with them when I'm recording. I like to fiddle with things, and a lot of the times I'll kind of like do the thing you see people do at casinos when they're counting chips, where they'll just kind of pick up a stack and let them slide through their fingers and go click, 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 click. I'll do that with like a stack of bottle caps. So hopefully that's not annoying to you guys. I hope you can hear it, because it's something that I really like to do, sensory-wise. Let me shake the bottle real quick. I actually don't see where he is. Oh, there he is. Yeah, he's in there. Stupid fucking idiot. I just gotta get the bottle, and then I'm doing like an Indiana Jones thing of like sliding. Yes! Fucking moron. Literally outsmarted that fly. Solved my problem. I'm so good. I'm so good at this. All right, anyway, where were we? Yeah, store, what's up? Oh yeah, my work. I was talking about that before I got distracted by the fly. I'm in a class that is all about making presentations and teaching classes. So I've been making PowerPoint presentations for like the past week. Plus, I'm currently taking a class through my college for like essay writing. So I've been writing essays on top of that. So when I come home from the class about teaching, I have to make my PowerPoints, which are due the next day, and then also write my essays for my assignments for my class. So I end up finishing that at like 8:30 p.m. And at that point, I'm just mentally, drained. There's nothing going on upstairs anymore. There's no shot I'd record. So we're over the hump with that, at least. So even if there's still assignments, I shouldn't be like doubling up all at once and then trying to squeeze this in somewhere. I should just be able to get the videos knocked out and up on time, hopefully. Moving on. Ostor, what's up? Oh, you're like me. It's the only reason I go to fucking work events. It's like, I show up, I'm like, all right, where's the beer cooler? Like, yeah, sure, I'll just go sit over here, have fun. Lunatia seems troubled by Atui's blunt honesty. Lunatia. I gotta remember it's an eh instead of an uh. So, what are you buttering us up for? Oshito replies with nonchalant ease at the group's reaction. Yeah. Yeah, almost like you're trying to get us to drink and then get us on the hook to do something. Because we feel guilty about, having all these free drinks for nothing. It's a trap. Suspicious. Survival instincts are kicking in. The lights are going off. Oshito looks a little taken aback by my statement and answers with all apparent sincerity. No, it's not enough. Yeah. Oshito would have a reason. At my words, a grin crosses the masked man's face. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Oh? New party members? Or just, someone to, instigate the plot forward? Because right now, it's like, I don't know where we're going. We're just kind of putzing around town, doing odd jobs. Like, what's going to be the, spark that kicks off the, the main meat of the narrative? I take a step back, wary. Because going by the last game's, plot standards, this feels like we're still in the village at the start, planting potatoes. Where we haven't decided to fully, kill Nuongi and his uncle yet. Okay, he's like a comfort animal? Hey! Yeah, I was actually gonna be like, man, haven't seen Maruo for a while. No. He wouldn't have been so roundabout if that was the case. Yeah. Well, I'm thinking, Maruo swans over, eagerly taking a seat alongside me. Because, don't want to sit next to your friends? A bit of a rank imbalance there. It would be imprudent. No, just work politicking. Yeah, best not to think too hard about it. Oshito returns to the dining hall, having greeted his guest. Behind Oshito stands a man who seems clearly out of place for an event like this. Yeah, Candyman, finally gonna figure out what your real job is, huh? The man looks around the room cheerfully. Shiny bald head, tiny mustache. There's no mistaking him.
飴屋の親父
I remember seeing him from time to time in the streets of the city.
こんにちは。
You're gonna make us eat any more bugs?
左近さん、いつもお世話になってます。
Oh, you actually went and learned his name on your own.
あ、左近のおじさんや。
あの飴屋左近って名前だったのか
That makes sense. He'd introduce himself to them. He, doesn't really care for you. So he doesn't care if you know his name or not, which in turn means we never got it. The girls seem to know him by name, since he always includes a little extra when they buy his candies. But it seems they didn't know he was an acquaintance of Oshtor's.
なんでまたあの親父が
Having apparently guessed what we were all thinking, Oshtor turns to us.
この男はそれがしにとって書くことのできぬ者の一人。
Can assume,
それがしのお役目は成り立たぬ。
previous mentor or something who's now retired.
お役目
ああ、表に裏にな。
表に裏に
Perhaps,
オシトルとウコン
a
両方の顔を
previous
知っているということ
holder of the title of, one of the shield positions. Saka notices my baffled stare and looks over to me with a broad smirk.
まさか
He then struts over without hesitation and seats himself directly in front of me.
お主とこうして差し向かって酒を酌み交わすのは初めてじゃな。
First time I remember.
なんであんたがここに
はあ？何をボケたことを言うとるんじゃ。
まさか会いたがってる男とは
あ
この親父なんか、なんで自分なんかとまあ別に害はなさそうだしそういえばオシトルがさっき言ってたが裏の仕事ってどういう
Yeah, you should be able to figure that out, but
その言葉のままよ。ウコンのな、知らぬでもない。
I'm gonna assume he learned the false name and, second identity trick from you, Mr. Candyman. Mr. Sakon, if that's even your real name.
それより大事な用があって、わしはここに来た。
大事なようって
お前さんじゃよ、ハク。お前さんは自分が考えているより価値がある男な
I
の
mean,
じゃぞ。
yeah, his connections right now are otherworldly.
はあそれって一体
You are the axis everything is revolving around.
知れたこと。お前さんを呼べば、
Yeah.
可愛い姉ちゃんたちがついてくるのじゃからな。
But, beside them just being a bunch of cute girls, it's who's included in that group.
この都一のモテ男が
Oh, God, Gigolo.
羨ましいの。
Unfortunately, my man's not getting any in this version of the game anyway.
どうしたんじゃい。ほうけたような顔しよってからに。
I mentioned it before when I was playing the first one, that for the re-release, there's no way to implement the old content because it's an entirely different version of the game. It was essentially a remake. For these ones, I don't know. I actually haven't looked. And in all honesty, I'm not gonna say I don't care because kind of a little interested, but not enough to go through the effort to patch the game, cut stuff out, upload it to other places, put links down, yada yada yada, etc.
バカモン。可愛い姉ちゃんたちを呼べるんじゃ。そんなこととは何事じゃ。
I mean, they kind of just hang out with us because we get a lot of free stuff, and they want it.
細いことをごちゃごちゃと。まずは飲め。
Sakon holds out the bottle, and the sudden pressure makes me reflexively hold out my cup.
では、乾杯じゃ。
Sakon clinks his cup against mine with startling force, then downs the booze in one gulp. I follow suit and drink up as well.
うまい。もう一杯。俺、杯が空になっておるじゃろが。
And we got all this booze. Someone's got to drink it. I hold out my cup, and Sakon quietly pours me more.
主様、おつまみです。
Some hors d'oeuvres, some finger food.
こっちにもくれるかい？
No. The two of them look at me in unison as though waiting for my permission.
いいぞ。
では、どうぞ。
They place down a plate of small simmered cuts of fish. Ooh. Are they nice and salted? That seems like it'd go good with some booze. After thanking them, Sakon reaches for the plate and pops one of the pieces into his mouth. Like, I'm a fucking freak and will eat just like canned fish when I'm drinking beer. Like, an entire tin of sardines, or multiple tins even, depending on how heavy I'm going. It's pretty fucking good, dude. Just, you know, not the kind of thing you do for a date night, because beery, fishy, hoppy breath is not, you know, something ladies really like up in their face. He leans leisurely on the armrest, eyes drifting to the girls enjoying themselves with song and dance. At first, I figure he's just ogling them, but his expression is fond and far away, almost kind.
なあ、あんた、女どもと話をしてこないのか？
He's too old, he knows it.
若いの。花はめでてこそ。ぶつくれて枯れる花もあろうぞ。
Especially from a old, frankly greasy old man,
な
yeah.
るほど。
This ain't that kind of game.
女目当てで来たように言っていたから、もっとスケベ親父かと思いきや。意外に水準。
See, me and Haku, we're on the same wavelength. We even went for the exact same, like, derogatory things to call him. As I'm observing him, I notice his cup is empty again.
まあ妙な男だが悪いやつではなさそうだし、何より今日の。
I mean, you say he's not bad, but he did make you eat several bugs. They'll say, oh yeah, it's just candy shaped like bugs. That is bug flavored. Nah, dude, he just sugar-coated a bug and put it on a stick and gave it to you. I offer the bottle to Sakon. The reverie fills as he notices me. He takes it, but the reverie lifts as he notices.
いや、せっか
I
く
was about to say, like, I don't know what fill, like, reverie fill would mean, but it's because I'm stupid and just read the words wrong.
猫ねちゃんや。
At Sakon's beckoning, Nekane looks a little bewildered. Sakon raises his empty glass towards her.
一杯だけお酌してくれんか。
はあ、別に構わないですが。
He's a dangerous old man. Nekane seems unsure as to why she was the one chosen, but she pours him some more of the spirits nonetheless.
おっとっとっとっと。猫ねちゃんが酌をしてくれた酒は最高
Danger,
じゃ。
Will Robinson.
おいおい、さっきは女はめでるもんとか言ってなかったか？
Yeah, well, this one, you know,
めでてないだろ。
still a bud, hasn't actually flowered yet, so you can be a little more rough with it.
やれやれ、こういう
That sounded
言葉を
way worse than I
知らん
meant.
のか。それはそれ。これ。
あ
ハクさん、良いのです。兄様が世話になってるとのことですし。
Let's just
お酌
leave
だ
it
けで
at
良いのですから
pouring drinks.
いくらでもそう
you know.
ですよ。
あ、まあ本人がいいって言うなら構わんが、しかし世話になってるとは言うが、あんた一体何者なんだ？ウコンを知ってるってことは、ただのアメ屋じゃないんだろ？
I look into Sakon's eyes as I speak.
おほ
Sakon smirks as he quietly sets down his cup. That dark smile looks nothing like the airy grin on his face a moment ago.
う。俺とやつとの関係か。
What? You drunk already? What do you mean? He invited you here. What? Sakon's voice suddenly changes.
なんだ？急に雰囲気が。
The breezy, laid-back demeanor is gone. Instead, his voice is icy with a hint of menace? Menace. I wanted to say malice so bad.
百分は一見にしかず。まずは見てもらった方が良いだろ
Uh, huh? Muttering, Sakon wipes his face with a towel, and the countless wrinkles vanish. He slowly sets his hand against the top of his head. He grips his own bald scalp and... Huh? Oh. I did not... Oh.
Huh?
わかったか
Yes, but... Huh? This is even more confusing when Oshtor turned out to be Yukon. What? Do you both have a cut ear? Did I just never notice that? Mikazuchi, where are you? We can never tell because his head was turned, but they do have the same type of ear. Now, kind of got the long, like elf ear style that's fuzzy at the tip. Huh.
あの
Now I'm just confused. So, is Mikazuchi? You know, that awkward, bumbling, like, unable to read and connect to people demeanor? Is that also just a front put on? Like this one? Cheerful atmosphere has given way to uneasy silence.
今のは確か、いや待て、見間違いかもしれない。そうだ、飲みすぎたという線も捨てがたい。
ん
And my apparent lack of reaction, Sakon once again grimly reaches for his head. Yeah, no, I see it. No one says anything. Silence prevails, growing heavier and heavier with each passing second.
ならば
I'm surprised you can tuck that entire mullet up like that. Jeez.
まさか
I mean,
三日月様
the mustache is a good look for you.
やで
Definitely, gives you a more mature air. Yeah, what?
お前ら、三日月。
やっと気づいたか
No, I wouldn't
永
have.
遠に気がつかぬかと思ったぞ
Not at all. How was I supposed to, interpret, like, oh yeah, he's clearly wearing a like Hollywood style special effects bald cap with practical effects makeup in order to disguise his appearance. I'm frozen in shock. The Imperial Guard at the left sitting before me. Sakon, or rather Mikazuchi, looks towards Nekone, a deathly smirk spreading across his face. After Mikazuchi seemingly glares at her, Nekone bolts up and darts behind me. Business as usual.
しかし、本当に三日月なのか。
それ以外に誰に見える見えぬなら
Let's
その
not
目に
do
指を
that,
入れ
yeah?
て直してやる
いや、無茶言うな。
Yeah, it's a little whiplash
あ
here.
っさり言うが雰囲気変わりすぎだ。
Yeah, that's the main thing.
確かに分かっていれば似てる部分もあるが、あの刃物のような威圧感もな
It's
け
like,
れば
sure, there's a
仮面を外して
there's a difference
誰
between
がきつく
Ukon and Oshtor, but it's not nearly as pronounced as the like wild different end of the spectrum that is, Mikazuchi and Sakon here.
しかし、なんでまたこんな真似を
I guess that's just he's just so good at playing his role that I didn't even suspect that it could have been an act. A natural, one might say. Mikazuchi responds with a familiar, sinister grin.
漫然と剣を振るうだけで兵と民を守れると思うか。この姿は民を見守るためのもの。帝都に救おうとするウジ虫どもを根こそぎ払うためのものよ。
まさか雨屋のふりをして不満分子狩りをしてるのか。しかし変装するにしたって雨屋って。
I mean, you just blend in on the street and no one gives much mind to the street vendors.
雨屋をしていれば世間話という形で民の汚い
Yeah,
言
just
葉
entirely blend into the background of the city.
三日月の
Become one with the
姿では
scenery.
聞こえてこぬ本当の声がな。
そりゃあんたに本音は言えんだろうな。
そして何よりたかが雨屋と侮り小野が悪事を自慢げにベラベラとしゃべる。
Yeah.
そんな輩が正体を知った時の顔は見ものず、命乞いをする時の顔は醜く不快だがな。いや。
The fur on Nekane's tail stands on end as she sees that smile of his.
ほう、なるほど。やっぱり普通のお方やなかったんやね。
Atu has the brightest smile I've ever seen on her so far, like a fisherman who's landed a whopper.
私もどれほどのものなのか興味あるかな。
Kuwan smiles ominously as she looks at Mikazuchi.
クオンまでもか。やめろよな。ほんとやめてくれよ。
Please.
相手になってやるです。
Nekane flails around with little punches from behind my back again.
そういうのは人の背中に隠れて言うこっちゃないだろ。
She'll just, tag team him. You work on the guard, she'll be the striker, go for the hits. I'm getting tired of her, so I grab her by the collar and hand her towards Mikazuchi. Nekane struggles with violent desperation, and her foot slams into my chin, knocking me over. Nekane quickly scampers towards Kuon and curls up on her knees.
大丈夫だから。
Kuon gently pets Nekane's back. Mikazuchi stares at Nekane for a moment, looking almost wistful.
さて、変装してる理由は分かったが、なんでそんな格好なんだ？
Because he likes sweets. Ask him again once the ruckus settles down.
おかしいか。小細工は苦手ゆえ、カツラとヒゲをつけただけなのだが。
いや、おかしいというか、変わりすぎだろ？
The Candyman looks like a friendly old guy who would probably be great with kids. Then there's regular Mikazuchi, who might actually be capable of glaring someone to death. How the hell did that happen?
これは俺の憧れの姿でな。
憧れ？ハゲとヒゲが？おしとる。腕の立つクスシを紹介してやった方がいいんじゃないか？
You're only bringing it up now? I mutter under my breath, but Oshtor grins widely, sipping his drink and watching on.
そう。幼き日のあの甘美なる思い出。
Alright, just based it off all entirely on someone else.
幼き頃の俺はクソのようなガキだった。
All kids are.
しかし、そんなクソのようなガキに分け隔てなく接してくれたのが飴屋の親父だったのだ。その親父は飴を売り歩きながら諸国を旅していたのだが、その時の話がまた奇妙でおかしくてな。
Okay.
そんな軽妙な話をしつつ、武骨な手から生み出される芸術のような飴細工に、幼き俺は心を奪われた。皆に親しまれて、ひょうひょうと飴を売る姿に憧れたのだ。
Yeah, that part I get. Mikazuchi rubs his wig as he tells his story.
これは意外と言うべきか。
Would you really call a bald cap a wig? I guess.
この俺が感傷か。よもやこんな気持ちにさせられようとはな。そう。
Damn, not that old.
貴様は飴屋の
Hairline's not that bad.
そっくりだ。故に、俺が貴様を呼んだ。
人をハゲとヒゲ扱いするな。 何やらいい話をしてい
Yeah,
る
like
風だ
maybe
な
in a couple decades, but you
影のカツ
know,
ラを撫で
a
なが
little
ら
soon for
語られ
that.
ても嬉しくないぞ。
果たしてそうかな。貴様、
いや、似合わんから絶対というかかぶらんからな。
I mean, some people look good bald. I've been told I have a decent head shape for being bald, you know, from when I had my head shaved and basic and stuff, and I do it occasionally. Well, I did it earlier this year because I fucked up giving myself a haircut. I'm like, there's no saving this. I just gotta start from scratch. It's still 6 months later. I did it like in January. Like when I pull on my bangs, it's just getting into my eyebrows. Normally before I would have my hair where I could pull on the bangs and it reached down to like the tip of my nose. So it still feels like my hair is short. You know, it's totally not because I'm growing it out long to compensate for the fact that there's a balding spot on the back. You know, totally not at all. Nope, wouldn't be me. Totally not so I can just pull my hair back and cover that up. Nope. As I struggle against Mikazuchi trying to jam the wig on my head, we hear a nearby sniffle.
なんだ
そのお姿にはそのような深い思いがあったのですね。
Kyudo appears very moved by the story. His eyes are starting to well up.
民を見守るためにそのようなお姿を。これなら三日月様と気づく者はおらぬでしょう。さすがは兄上と対をなすお方。
Kyudo gazes at Mikazuchi, eyes full of earnest admiration. Ostra's equal, huh? Looks like the fear he felt for him has all been converted into respect.
そこまで深い考えはない。面白そうだから奴の真似をしていただけのこと。
Well, you're a really good actor.
やつ
聞けば面白そうなことをやっていたのでな。少々偉くなりすぎて肩書きが窮屈になってきていた頃合い。ならばわしも
okay.
やってみようと思ったわけじゃ。
With that, Mikazuchi places the wig back on his head.
まさかやつってのは
The door suddenly flies open, drawing everyone's gaze to the man standing there with arms crossed.
ようおめえら待たせたな。
Yeah, okay.
いつの
Yeah, party's really getting started now.
ここに
Oshtor, now Ukon, proudly strides into the room with a completely different attitude from
や
before.
ってるかいさっちゃん。やってるぜうっちゃ
Oh, even redid his makeup. Ukon gives a thumbs up, and Sekon, who is suddenly all wrinkly again, responds in kind. I guess he's just really good at tensing his face muscles in order to produce wrinkles. An awkward silence follows as we observe the change. It's even worse now that we know their other identities.
何なんだこのあうんの呼吸は
仲があまり良くないって聞いたかな。
誰で
Just another
根
act.
も葉もない噂を言うやつは
Yeah, they're best buds.
御前試合ではその本当に真剣を使った勝負
Oh, that's just because they're at an advanced
を
level.
聞きますし
And it's not of any use unless they practice as they, you know, play, so to say.
そうけよく試合をするなんて
Mm-hmm.
素敵な仲やと思うけどな。
わかってるお嬢ちゃんじゃ。どれ雨をやろう。
Oh, this is so weird.
ありがとうな。
兄上、またそのような格好を。もう少し品性というものを。
なんでまるで品性がないような言い草じゃねえの。さっきは左近を持ち上げてたじゃねえか。あっちはよくて
I
こっ
mean,
ちはダメなのかい。
you know, he's, you know, what's the word? No, not replicating. Emulating. There we go. Now, emulating a respectable man, you know, who's kind to the people, and you're just a bit of a vagrant, kind of drunk when you're like that.
いえ、そういうつもりじゃ。
まあその通りだけどな。ここにいるのは風来坊のウコン。
Uh huh. See, just like I said.
そして飴屋の左近、品性などクソくらえよ。
兄上。
Yeah, I'm getting nauseous.
猫や死んだ魚のような目してごめん猫ね。こんな時
Yeah, there's no stopping this.
わからない。
While in motion and all that.
ああでも男の人って少なからず子供っぽいところがあるから、ほらタクとか見てるとよくわかるよ、ね。
Rude?
ほら一緒にすんな。
少年の心と言ってほしいね。
You guys are like not even 30. What are you talking about?
まったくじゃ。遊び心というやつよな。
あんちゃん、お前さんは実際どう思う？
どう思うって。
I think I have a headache, is what I think.
今のわしらじゃ。お主の目にはどう映っておる？
そう言われても、まあ悪くはない。
Yeah,
自分も無作法な方だし、きっちりかっちりしてるのは。
I mean, it's sure it's easier to be around you, but you make an odd couple.
あんちゃんならそう言うと思ったぜ。
よし、今日からハクもわしらの仲間じゃ。
Oh, does he need a secret identity too?
じゃあマロー、お前も仲間ってことで。
Yeah.
堅苦しくない間柄に憧れてるんだろう。
ちょっと待ってほしいのでおじゃる。
ついでにキュールも。
It can be like a whole gang of well, yeah, you kind of are, sorry. A whole gang of like traveling performers.
うちらも仲間に入っていいけ。
Sorry, no girls allowed.
いいぞいいぞ、どんどん入れ。
それって私も入ってるのかな。
Only if you're not going to be a stick in the mud.
多分。
さあさあ、いつまでも話し込んでたら料理が冷めちまう。改めて乾杯するぜ。乾杯。
Everyone clinks their cups. Ekane alone stares at me with lifeless eyes and mutters.
もう好きにしてほしいのです。
Poor kid. Well, that was certainly something. I wonder how many times I've patrolled the city with Ukon now. As usual, he lures me out with drinks on me, and I head out to meet with him.
飲みに行くにしては寂しい場所だな。
Not a single other person in the area. After I wait a little, I see Ukon striding towards me.
よう、待たせたな。
A little bit.
いや、そんな待っちゃいないが、こんな裏通りに飲み屋なんてあるのか？知る人ぞ知る隠れ家的なやつとか。
Yeah, those are the best kind of places. Ugh.
ああ、いや何？一杯引っ掛ける前に
Ooh.
ちょいと遊びにでも行かねえかと誘うつ
Kind
も
of
りでな。
fun.
今日は暦の上で節目となる日でな。こ
Oh.
の日には一の裏通りなんかで統計をや
I
ってたり
guess.
するからよ。
Not really my thing.
なんだそれ。
Take two roosters and you tie like razor blades to their feet, and then you have them fight to the death for your entertainment, and you bet on which one will win.
知らねえのか。鳥同士を戦わせるやつなんだが。
It's kind of fucked up. Not my idea of a good night.
根強い人気があってな。このためだけに育てたり、それを本職にしているやつもいるくらいだ。
ああ、そっちの統計か。ならわかる。
Yeah,
やっぱ金をかけたりするのか？
I hope. So at least there's some incentive. It'd be even more fucked up if people just, like watching it for fun.
まあな。生地人気があるせいで闇賭博の温床になったりするんだが。
闇賭博？
クソな胴元が無許可で賭場をな。それだけならまだしも。
Ah,
そういうの
rigging the
に
games.
仲間や詐欺が横行してんだよ。中には身ぐるみどころか畑から家屋敷まで巻き上げられて、路頭に迷うやつが出たりしてな。
そりゃまたひどいな。そういや、ウコン以前から何やら動いてたよ
なあ、いろいろと噂話をたどっていったら、とある賭場に行き着いてな。
Okay.
ちょいと調べたら、 灰色どころか真っ黒な話がボロボロと出てくる悪質なとこで、案の定
But
わけだが、何か問題でもあるのか？
こいつが血と手出ししづらいっていうかな。
なんだよ。
what kind of connections they got?
いつもなら多少強引にでも動くだろうに。
Who are they paying off?
そこの常連が貴族連中だの大棚の旦那衆だのでなかったらな。
Yeah, there we go.
さらに聞き込んでいくうちに胴元が
Yep.
デコポンポだと分かったのさ。
デコポンポ。
Yeah, that tracks.
あいつか。
The guy that was busted for owning contraband. Looks like he just never learns.
奴らをしょっぴくには確固たる証拠が必要だ。でなけりゃいきなり手入れをしたところで妨害されるのが落ちってな。
まどろっこしいな。そんなのおしとりとして強行すれば一発だろうに。
That would cause complications in its own way.
そうしたいのは山々なんだがな。なんとそうしようと思ったことが。
Ukon pauses, clearly reluctant to continue. Expression souring somewhat.
だがな、そいつは握手だ。常連の旧家の連中を敵に回すのはちっとばかしまずい。奴らの横のつながりは 網の目のように広がってやがるからよ。その影響が半端ねえ。
Fuck it all up here, never be able to do anything ever again.
おいおい。
Stonewalled at every
本当に
avenue.
いつものウコンらしくないな。
言ってくれるな。いかにウコンへ大将とはいえ、連中にとって
Yeah.
オシトルなんてのは成り上
You're
が
already
った
not really in
若
their
者の若造だ。
best graces to begin with.
ただでさえこっちを見下してるとこに強引な手を使ってみろ。身勝手な解釈が好きな連中だ。何を言っても言いがかりとして受け取ってくれるだろうな。そうなったら下手をしなくてもウコンへ大将としての任に支障が出る。
なるほどね。腐っても発注書ってことか。
Mm-hmm.
待て。まさかとは思う
さすがはあんちゃん。
Taking it all
足
down.
が早いな。外れ長屋の連中が言ってた
Uh-huh.
川沿いの酒蔵のこと。覚えてるかい？今夜そこにデコポンポの屋形船が乗りつけるらしくてな。そこで
Ooh.
かなり大掛かりな統計が催されるって話だ。
Doing a sting?
お前、最初からそのつもりで誘ったな。
Yeah.
心配すんなって。
Getting roped into a big
今
op.
回は様子見。ちょっくら挨拶しに行くだけだからよ。それに飲み行かねえかって誘っただろ。ちゃんと客として。
Oh, you know, and if, you know, Decapompo loses his position as a pillar general, wow, that's crazy. There'd be an opening that someone could fill. And wow, wouldn't it be crazy if the Mikado had someone he really likes and would think it'd be funny to give him a really important job? Ooh.
しかもあのデコポンポが催す宴だぜ。税を尽くした料理や酒
Yeah,
が
just like
山
swing
の
by
ように並べられるだろうよ。
the little table with all the appetizers on it. Some fine hors d'oeuvres.
そう言っちゃなんだが、そのことだけに関しては一目置かれているからな、デコポン。
わかったよ。仕方がない。
He does look like a man who appreciates the finer things in life, even if he does have bad taste in, you know, clothing and, you know,
そうこなくちゃ面白くねえ。
decorations, but it's a little harder to fuck up food. It's a little more universal.
まさか屋形船がこんなにでかいとはね。
見えもここまで来れば立派なもんだ。これをもう少しだけ別の方向に持ってけば、
Mm-hmm.
一角の人物になることだってできるだろうにな。
しかし、招待状を見せるだけですんなり入れるとはな。
貴人や旦那衆が主賓だとしたら、俺たちは絞り取られるかもな客だからな。
Yep.
さーて、
Just some fucking suckers they can squeeze for cash. We sneak down the staff-only stairs and enter the ship's storage
おい
cabins.
今回は危ない橋を渡らないんじゃなかったのか？
Ah, it's not too dangerous.
なーに、ちょいとだけだ。ちょい、おい、こら待った。こいつは、 やけに頑丈な蔵じゃねえか。
Mmm.
匂うな。ちょいと中を調べてみるか。あんちゃん、誰か来ないか見張っててくれ。
Ow. My eyes.
おい、
Woo.
なんだこりゃ。
ほう、こいつはまた。
Quite the setup here. There are giant cages set up all around the room, each of them containing vicious-looking bugs.
これが統計か。自分が知ってるのとは随分違うぞ、おい。
やれやれ。
Some really exotic fucking
統
cockfighting.
計かと思ったら、闘虫とはね。
Bug fight! Nice. Ukon heaves a sigh, then grimly surveys the row of
どう
cages.
した？名前からして想像はつくが、何かまずいのか？
I mean, these are clearly dangerous as fuck animals or bugs that he's bringing into the city.
なあ、やってることは統計と同じでな。虫と虫、あるいは虫と凶暴な動物を戦わせるんだ。
Yeah, it's like when you take two beetles, like a Hercules beetle and like a stag beetle, and you have them duke it out, and they just, slam each other and throw each other.
激しさと殺し食らうまでやめない残虐さで、一部に根強い人気があ
No,
る。
a little more extreme.
だが、
虫を都に持ち込むのは厳禁なんだよ。
Yeah.
逃げて下手に繁殖されると、その駆除が大変でな。ぶっちゃけかなりまずい。
It's pretty damning.
親父の代の頃、同じようにして逃げ出したやつが都の地下に巣を。
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I'd imagine that's where they'd go.
で、その餌になったってのが、まあ、想像通りでな。
そりゃまた。
なんとか駆除したものの、
Mm-hmm.
それまでに何人もの犠牲者が出た。
Even then, having to go down into the sewers and then kind of do like an extermination mission. Sewers ain't the best place to have a big fight like that.
生き餌にされていて、もう助からない子供を焼き殺
Ew.
す。酒の席で、お袋にそう語った親父の顔は、今でも忘れられんよ。
そうか。さすがに重すぎ。
Yeah.
なんて言っていいかわからん。
Assume the bugs, like, had a venom that would paralyze them, then they just drag them back to their nests where they could eat them at their own convenience. And, they'd only eat little parts at a time. I look around to see not just bugs. There are all kinds of dangerous creatures in there.
ご金星の生物って言ってたが。しかし、思ったより早く証拠が見つかったな。これで奴をしょっぴくことができるんだろ？
そうだな。
No?
いや、これだけではまだ弱い。
You need proof that he's behind this.
おいおい。
Because otherwise you can just be like, oh, damn, someone using my ship to do that? That's crazy. It must be the captain acting under his own devices. Just execute him.
やつはな、本当に感心するほど小ずるいんだ。いや、なんか違うか。
Mm-hmm.
頭が痛くなるような子供じみた言い訳をしてたな。とにかくこれだけではまだ奴を追い詰めるのは難しい。
Yeah, you need to find a paper, signed by him saying, yes, I, Decapompo, approve you to bring these vicious bugs into the city so that way we can have illegal cockfights where I plan on rigging the games to the noble's favor and make a lot of money.
一度上に戻る
Signed, Decapompo.
あまりここに長居するのもまずい。
はいよ、仕方ないな。
Mm-hmm.
にしても、闘虫ね。
Well, I'm curious, so I take a peek inside the cages.
ああ。ガチッいってこのぶつけただろうがこの野郎驚かしやがって。
どうかしたのか。
いや、
They're just scary bugs.
すぐに行く。
You didn't release them, did you?
昆虫の分際で。
I mean, I guess you're right. He does not have a
なんか
spine.
な
He is an invertebrate. No vertebrae.
まあいい。所詮檻の中では手も足も出まい。せめてもの情けだ。今日のところは見逃
Yeah,
して
we're not gonna squash it yet.
気味にしてな。
Oh. Hmm.
ああ、虫キャラども生きてくか。
They get out on their own.
いい感じに殺気立ってるじゃないか。
Yeah, almost like someone was in there, you know, really
ギリギリ
Really messing with 'em.
減らしてからな。どいつもこいつも腹を減らして殺気立ってやがるぜ。これから存分に殺し。
Oh, and we're on a ship. We're this some real snakes in a plane shit.
頭数を確認しねえとな。何匹かくたばってないか調べっか。
はいよ。俺は奥を見てくっから、おめえはこっちを頼むわ。めんどくせえ。足りねえ。おい、どういうこと？足りねえぞ。
Not the bugs.
おい、こいつはやべえどころじゃね
A lot.
え。虫がごっそりいなくなってやがる。こっちも足りねえ。
おう
手を下げねえ限りは。みんな下がったら。やべえ。おい、やべえよ。
Yeah, they're like, oh no,
檻の鍵は全部外れてるってことじゃね
oh
えか。
no,
冗談じゃねえぞ。
like fuck, shit, fuck.
早くここを出てしようぜ。
Too late for you.
どうした？急に黙り込みやがって。後ろ。
Get bugged, moron.
後ろがなんだ。
Oh, look at all those common riders. Maybe that's something I'll do today too. Is I can finally record that that common rider reaction I'm planning to do.
おみゃらよくぞ集まってくれたにゃも。ここに招かれた選ばれし者たちよ。
I mean, the food looks real good. I don't like your little fucking gelatin thing over there on the left. It reminds me of like the fucked shit they'd serve in the 50s once they figured out refrigeration and like, ooh, we can put literally anything inside a Jello, including meat and vegetables. Mmm, and serve it.
おみゃら、心置きなく楽しむにゃも。にゃぷぷぷぷぷぷ。
That crispy pig looks good though.
確かにこれはすごい。
As the host plays to the crowd, one delicious dish after another is carted out to the hall. Mountains of savory meat and fish, and massive crystalline glasses filled with drink after drink.
これだけでも人買いがあるってもんだ。
しかし問題はどこから切り崩すかだな。
To get off the boat,
あ、じゃあ聞いてるのか。
to leave.
やっぱり今回はらしくないな、ウコン。
あ？
Ah, you know, the food's here. You don't want to stand out and look
なんか
suspicious.
知らんが、ことを急ぎすぎてる感じがするっていうかな。いつものウコンなら、腹が減っては戦はできるとか言って、まずは腹ごしらえしてから。
I guess the severity of it is just that bad that even he's on edge.
ああ、悪い。別に文句を言いたいわけじゃなく、どうしたのかと気になってな。普段のひょうひょうとしておちゃらけているようでも要点を抑えている感じがあまりしなくてな。少し視野が狭くなってるっていうか。ま、それは気のせいか。
そうか。
ああ、あまり深刻に捉えないでくれよ。そんな感じがするって程度だ。
いや、言われてみりゃその通りかもしれねえ。わかっちゃいたが、自分じゃ気がつかねえもんだな。やれやれいけねえな。
Yep. Get a grip. You're Ukon right now. You're Ukon. You know, lose that edge.
なんか知らんがとにかく腹ごしらえだ。古来よりすきっ腹だとろくな考えしか浮かばないって言うしな。
ちげえね。そうだな。まず
Mm-hmm.
は腹ごしらえだ。腹が減っては戦はできぬ。
Yep, and we're gonna have to stomp some bugs.
そうと決まりゃ遠慮なく。
So definitely want to eat up first. I reach for the giant bird leg I've been eyeing for a while. Get ready to chomp down.
あ、
But I stop when I hear yelling from
なんだ
below.
想像しいな。
ああ、そろそろあれが始まるんじゃねえか。
あれ、ああ、途中か。
Yeah.
そういや、そいつが目的だったことをすっかり忘れてた。
Everyone just burst through the floor. It's a bug.
あ、地下から虫が這い出て。
助けてくれ。誰か誰か。
なんだおい。
Bugs on a boat.
おい、まさか。
Yeah, it's bad.
ああ、そう
Do you
いう
even
こと
have
か。
your sword on you?
くそ。
It seems like the kind of place where they wouldn't let you take your weapons. So
客を驚かすための演出かよ。この迫力、すっかり騙された。
何？
しかしまたすっごい迫力だな。あの追われてるおっさんなんて迫真の演技じゃないか。うわ、泥ギギリ。
演出？
あんなのまでいるとか。
yeah, fuck, like out here? Whoa.
やらせなんだろうな。
Yeah, almost like it's bad. Like things are going really
裏
bad.
で根強い人気があるって言ってたが、わかる気がするな。
You know, something to really get your blood pumping. It's like those haunted houses where like they have the people who will chase you with the chainsaw.
ああ、そうか。演出か。
Yeah, nothing to worry
こ
about.
んなのを提供するとは、あのデカ、なかなかやるな。正直見くびってたが、いや、結構見直した。
演出。
Yeah, just keep telling yourself that.
世話係どもめ、髪をかけ忘れたな。
He's like, ah, shucks.
世話も満足にできんのか、あのグズどもめ。
Two strangely clothed men stand before the Borogirigiri.
やつらは
Gigiri.
虫使いだな。こういった虫の扱いに慣れている連中なんだが。
Just gonna calm it down.
そうか。そうやってこの場を抑え、客の人気を得ようって思考だな。
Until the bug rips their heads off.
やられてる。
さあ、気を沈めるのだ。虫たち。
Yes, appeal to the emotions of the bug. I'm sure that's gonna go great.
うわ、少しおとなしくなってきた。
ああ、きっとあいつらなら何とかして。
I doubt it.
そう、それでいい。さあ、森へお帰ろう。
Hmm. That's not great. Ah,
は？は？
must have already gotten a taste for blood, and it's you know, nothing's gonna stop it now.
なんか凝った演出という
Yeah,
か。
that's some good special effects.
首吹っ飛ばされ食われてるな。
おい、森へお帰りってお前、もりもり食われてるじゃねえか。
You can't win them all.
やっぱ演出じゃねえな。森にいた虫どもが脱走したんだよ。
Yeah, they have.
来るな、来るな。
Should probably try to get your way above deck, guys.
なあ、今度は客を
Should probably, you know, do something instead of just watching, like eating a chicken wing. The bugs flooding from below decks are starting to rampage. The whole situation is getting out of hand.
そういや、主催者のデコポンポは
Oh, he's bailed.
どうやって収集つける気だ。
He's heard what happened. He's like, I'm getting out of here.
あんちゃん、奴を甘く見ちゃダメだぜ。
Yep.
奴なら目を離した一瞬で とっくに姿をくらませたよ。
なんだと？まさかとは思ったが。
Yep.
自分が招待した客を見捨ててか。
Dead men tell no tales.
いたらいたで邪魔だ。さっさと逃げてくれた方が手がかからなくていいさ。約束だったな。あんちゃんも先に逃げていいんだぜ。
Oh, we've already eaten the food, so in for a penny, in for a pound.
どうする気だ？
俺は逃げ遅れた連中を上まで避難させてくるわ。アンパンまで行けば小舟があるからな。
Oh, I'm surprised there's lifeboats on this thing.
さすがに目覚めがな。
ありがとよ。正直すごく助かるぜ。さあ、虫同士が殺し合ってるうちに逃げ遅れた連中を甲板まで逃がすぜ。今ので最後か。どうやら客はすぐ
Oh, that went well.
逃げ出したみたいだな。
何をのんきなこと言ってんだ。そんなことよりこっちはどうやって逃げる気だ？
We're not. We're gonna fight the
これは今まで
bugs.
最後だぞ。
仕方ねえって明らかに満杯だったからよ。俺たちまで乗ったら
I guess we're kind of, not really in the harbor. I guess we're put out to sea right now.
それによ、俺たちにはまだやることが残ってるしな。
Can't really just jump into the dark ocean and try to swim back.
はあ？
Yeah, I gotta stomp the bugs.
ここにはないか。こっちのは違うな。
I mean, I guess this does make it a lot easier to search the premises if there's literally no one left on the boat.
悪いな、あんちゃん。付き合ってもらっちゃってよ。
お前全然悪いと思ってないだろ。それがこっちに恨みでもあるのか？
なわけねえだろ。あんちゃんには感謝してもしたり
I guess they fought the bugs off screen.
こうして証拠となるものを探すの手伝ってくれてるんだからよ。せっかくおあつらい向きな状況になったんだ。
Yeah, not wrong.
いろいろと探らせてもらわねえとな。いや、ほんと。
Don't even gotta like duck and hide around corners anymore. All the security is either just dead or gone.
くそ、やっぱりさっさと逃げ出しゃよかった。顧客一覧と
Hey!
虫の帳簿。
Yo!
これのことか。
そいつだ。さすがだぜ、あんちゃん。運が追い風みてえに吹いてき
What a
てやがる。
convenient thing to have.
いや、こっちは竜巻に翻弄されている感じが。
Yeah, but in that tornado, you grabbed onto something good.
やばいぞ、おい。気づかれた。
よし。これでもうここに用はねえ。とっととずらかるぜ。
Just gonna leave the boat full of bugs, huh? Just drift around?
人を置いてくな。
He's gonna sink the thing? Just as I'm leaving, I noticed a golden statue. Garish, half naked, about as big as 2 fists. Yoink!
ちょいと悪趣味だが、花の
Mhm.
値打ち物と見た。こよと
Oh yeah, it's solid gold. I secure the golden statue in my sash, trying to keep it from falling out.
何してんだ、あんちゃん。奴らが来るぞ。
おっと危ない。女神さん、守ってくれよ。
よし、そっから甲板に出るぞ。外に出れさえすれば。
Uh-oh. When we try to get out onto the deck, a Bodo Gigiri appears, blocking our path. You can also hear scuttling across the wooden floor a little ways behind us.
挟まれた。あと少しだってのに。
We won't be able to get out onto the deck unless we get past this Bodo Gigiri.
自殺行為だな。そんな隙を見逃してくれるはずが。せめて一瞬でも奴をひるませられたら。
あんちゃん、ここは俺が食い止める。
No, no, we can throw this big golden hunk of thing at his head.
ウコン、
I point to the lampstand that was standing near us.
3つ数えてだ。いけるな。
ああ、
3、
2、
1。
And knock it over.
これを食らえや。
Get a big ball of fire going. I grab the lamp and hurl it at the Bodo Gigiri. It hits the Bodo Gigiri at just the perfect angle to spill oil all over it, catching fire almost immediately. The Bodo Gigiri flashes and rides, flames coursing over its body.
よし、やったぜ。
Ah, Portugiese's thrashing seems to have spread the fire across the deck. Everything's burning.
おい甲板の上は燃えやすいものばっかだからな。この船は
I mean, realistically, a ship's deck wouldn't go up like that.
何をのんきに言ってやがる。もう小舟はないんだぞ。
あんちゃん
Like, sure, the banners on the side would, but you need kindling, you know. And even if like the oil's on the deck and it's burning, it's not gonna go whoosh. It's just gonna cook there.
まさか
なーに船がなきゃ泳いできゃいいじゃねえか。
Ah, fuck.
お前、この寒空で気楽に言うな。
At least toss a barrel over and use it as like a floaty.
似て焼け死ぬよりかマシなのが腹立った。こんちくしょう。
Woo! Manly adventures. The two of us run across the deck to the side. Once we reach the side of the boat, both of us leap into the river. And I sink like a rock down to the watery depths. You forget you have a, like, 25-pound weight in your sash? As I feel myself slipping away and the numbness sets in, I see the golden statue smiling from my sash. Or so I thought.
お、あんちゃん遅かったな。なかなか浮いてこなかったから心配しちまったぜ。
Had to make the decision to ditch the thing?
お、あの女神像はどうした？
何が女神さんだ。もう少し捨てるのが遅かったな。溺れ死ぬとこだったわ。なんか闇の中で手招きしていた幻覚見たっての。
まさかとは思うが、
あ？
噂は本当だったのかね。
噂？
いや、なんていうかな。持ち主が不幸な目に遭うって曰くつきの女
Oh,
神像を
mm.
デコポンポが手に入れたって噂がな。もしかしてあれはその女神像だったのかなってな。
Who would make that? What a fucking shitty statue.
船もああなっちまったし。
Ukon jerks his head in the general direction of the boat.
派手に燃えてや
Well, at least that deals with the bug issue. That gorgeous barge is now nothing but a ball of flame now. The flame paints the night sky vivid red.
見入られなくてよかったな。いや、あんちゃんのことだ。もしかしたら気に入られたのか？
Maybe, but, you know, don't want that kind of love. A knowing smile crosses his face.
あの幻覚は。いや、まさか。ね。
After some effort, we finally make it to shore. The whole area is in a panic because of the ship's fire.
生き返る。
Is the ledger okay? You guys did just, you know, swim through the ocean back to, you know, back to land with, I'd assume, a paper ledger with ink on it. I'm gonna assume Oshtor was at least smart enough to wrap it, jump in, hold it above his head or something, and swim with it, you know, not in the water. Just kind of float on his back and kick his legs the entire way. One of Ukon's subordinates got us a change of clothes, but the cold night air of the capital is rough. I huddle up near a fire close to the riverbank to warm myself up. As for Ukon, he's waiting for the capital guards to arrive on the scene. Said he'd join me later. The burning boat is clearly visible in the moonlight. I don't have anything else to do, so I just watch until the ship crumbles and sinks into the river. With the show over, the spectators head home, and the area is totally silent, like nothing ever happened. I guess it just wasn't a really big, wide river. Instead of, like, out in the sea. After a while, I hear faint footsteps approaching.
やれやれ。さすがに今日は疲れた。
もういいのか？
ああ、客を避難させることができたおかげで厄介な問題。
Yeah, better than having a sizable chunk of the city's nobility dead in a fire.
あとはケビー氏たちの役目だ。 連中に事情を説明して、後のことは任せてきたさ。俺は俺のすべきことをするまでだ。
Yep. Oh, what a real hero you are, Ukon. Ukon taps his coat as he says this, the pocket containing our hard-won evidence.
なことよりあんちゃん、これは何だと思う？
With that, Ukon raises a rather large bottle. The bottle itself is white and ceramic, with blue overglaze design. Just from that, I can tell it's expensive stuff.
そいつは
Grab a nice big bottle of booze?
死に流れ着いたやつさ。
Hey,
あの
nice!
火事で灰にならずに済んだ幸運の証とも言えるな。あんなことがあっても、こうして俺たちのとこに流れ着いたんだ。ここは
Yeah, it'd be rude not to drink
飲
it.
んでやるのが礼儀だと思わねえか？
He grins broadly, tossing me a cup.
今日はおごるって言っときながら、結局何も食わずじまいだったからな。ちゃんと魚もあるぜ。まあ、食い損ねたのからしたら質素なもんだがな。こんな
What,
ん
just
じゃ
like some
詫びに
beef
はならん
jerky?
が。せめてもの
I guess there are worse things than, you know, booze jerky around a fire.
何これはこれでおつなもんさ。
そうかい。
Ukon offers me the bottle. I lift my cup in response, and he pours me a beautiful amber liquid.
そらよ。
I take the bottle next and offer it to Ukon.
おうさ。
じゃ、
Amber.
何はともあれ。
Wonder what it is, because it's not sake.
乾杯。
The clink of the two cups echo with a strange serenity through the still night. We both finish our drinks and let out sighs of satisfaction.
うめえな。
I guess it could be like mead.
うまい。悪趣味なやつだが、飲み食いへの目利きが確かってのは本当だ。こっちが財布の重みを気にしながらちびちびやってるのに、片や
Mm-hmm.
こんなうまい酒を飲んでいる。
Drinking fucking piss water.
世の中、なんと不公平な
Like
こと
spilling
が
champagne all over the place.
だが見ろよ、ハンちゃん。
Yeah, so
月が
romantic.
いい塩梅に傾いてきたぜ。こうして気心の知れた仲間と月見酒なんてな、最高の贅沢だと思わねえか？
Ukon gazes fondly up at the perfect half moon. It's almost like one of our cups.
まだ半
I
月
mean,
なのが
it's-
残念だがな。
It's not really a half moon.
もう何日かすれば
It's not full either. It's either waning or waxing. I'm not really sure. Depends on, you know, the part of the month. But
何まばゆい満月だけが月じゃない。光と影の月を眺めるのも、これもまた、おつってやつだな。それにあの形、杯を掲げているみたいで、あちらさんも一杯やってる感じがするだろ
うまいこと言うじゃねえか。
it just knows, you know,
確かにそう見える。
what the moon looks like. I don't know where I was going with that.
しかし、光と影か。光の顔があれば、影の顔もある。果たしてどっちが本当
Both?
の顔なの
Neither?
か。
A mix? Who's to say?
さてな。
Yeah.
オシュトルにウコン。結局、どちらも半端もんよ。
Ukon mumbles quietly, like he's singing more for himself. He's quiet for a while, gazing skyward.
なあ、あんちゃん。一つ聞いていいかい？嫌だ。
んなんだ改まって。
記憶がねえっていうのは、どういう感じなんだ？
All right, I guess we're going into the heavy topic.
取り戻したいもんなのか？
ああ、そのことか。どういう感じもなの？
Yeah, it's like, you know, don't even remember if I should be worrying about anything.
取り戻したいも何もな。現状不自由はしちゃいないし。
Yeah, it's like, sure, it'd be good if I had them, but it's not really dragging me down.
取り戻したところで、ろくな思い出しかなかったらどうする？
あんちゃんらしいな。
ま、過去にぽっかり穴の開いた半端もんだが、とりあえずは生きていけるしな。過去がないと。
Yeah, like, what if you do get your memories back and it's like,
必要もないし。
what was it? What was the game? It was a CRPG. Was it Planescape Torment? Yeah, that's the one. Where the main character is an amnesiac. And then as you go through, spoilers for like a 30-year-old game, you find out you're like one of the most like heinous pieces of shit the world has ever seen. And it's, it's like, ooh, what really matters now? The person you were or the person you are now?
そうか。半端もんって意味じゃ。
Because I'm pretty sure that's the one that was like that. I don't know. I never played it. I was too young.
まあ、あんちゃんに比べれば。
It's one of those things you pick up through osmosis.
ものがあった俺はまだ恵まれているんだろう。
It's like I could tell you the general plot summary of Final Fantasy VII, but I never made it past the gold saucer. Ukon pensively stares into the distance, drinking from his cup in the silence.
なあ、確かな拠り所がねえってのは心細いもんじゃねえのか。
そうでもないな。慣れたっていうか。
Yeah, as long as you're not dead, just try again in another way. Keep on living.
ほんと、羨ましい限りだ。
羨ましい。
これでも俺は貴族の出でね。まあ。
Yeah, a minor one from the boonies, but still, it is a title. Gotta bear the weight of it.
俺がいて、おふくろがいて、猫ねがいて。そして親父は優しくも厳しい親父でな。民と一緒に苦楽を共にする俺の憧れだったのさ。その親父の背中に追いつこうと体を鍛え、勉学を学び、ずっと精進を重ねてきた。辛いとは思わなかった。
I was about to say, and look where it got you. In like a kind of derisive way, because it's Ukon, but it's like, oh wait, no, you're also Oshtor. You're like made it to one of the highest positions in the government, so.
そしてその面影を追い、親父も若い頃に奉公した帝都へ登り、偶然が重なり。
Yeah, life's nothing but a series of coincidences.
だけどよ、以前にも言ったと思うが、オシュトルではやりにくいことが増えてきちまったな。
ああ、それでウコンという人物を演じるようになったと言ってたな。
まあな、最初は
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
かったんだが、そのうちこっち
He basically put on a Scooby-Doo disguise and went out and started doing things.
そう。オシュトルではなく、ウコンの生き様こそ。俺がだからって、この立場から目をそらすわけにはいかない。
Ah, it's fine. We're drinking. That's what guys do.
そんなしょっぱい話さ。
誰もが羨む出世団が、当人にとっては想定外の賜物か。皮肉な話だ。
でもまあ、あんちゃんとなら、この先も楽しくやっていけそうだぜ。
Yeah, we certainly livens up the party.
なんだ、やぶからぼうに。
今日も、俺だけならかなりの大事になっちまっただろうが、なんとか収めることができたしな。
All it took was releasing the bugs on accident and getting a bunch of people killed, but hey.
だから、思ったのよ。
Wrong place, wrong time for them, I guess.
この先、いかなる難関があろうとも、あんちゃんとなら、なんとかなるんじゃねえかってよ。
Alright, now you're just drunk.
それは、何かこの先も今日みたいな無茶ぶりをするぞという予告か宣言かおい、何笑ってごまかしてんだ。
Yeah, don't just go ho 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 ho. As we talk together like this, laughing and drinking until sunrise. That's the worst. When you've been drinking so much and you stay awake that you're awake when the hangover sets in instead of just waking up to it. Uh-oh. Things not doing good on the fringes?
発注賞すべての招集がならなかったこと。
よい、皆もよく集まってくれた。
Mikado looks down from his throne, surveying all those before him.
そうか。マルルハがウズール社にな。
Yep, that he is. We know him. We've seen him.
情勢を見ますとウズール社が再度
I guess it's a big meeting, so everyone's got their little title placards in front of them around the table. So
特に兵隊の備えが大規模で相当の兵を動員しているものだ。
街道がかえってあだとなったか。
街道はこのヤマトの大動脈。街道があってこそのヤマトの繁栄です。正常が御心を痛ませる必要がございます。
I mean, but right now it sounds like you got a virus using those veins to march straight up to your heart.
そうか。
The Mikado answers with curious detachment, looking off into the distance as though distracted. Oh, you can do it! Ew, this game engine does not like doing that. Uzudusha, formerly a loose territory of around 100 tribes, not truly a nation. This was because the majority of the tribes were nomads, traveling in search of arable land. Ooh, united by a Khan. However, the arid climate of Uzuraha did not provide much fertile soil. The tribes often warred among themselves, battling to control what little land could be cultivated. Burdened with famine and poverty, they longed for the lush soils of Yamato, soil they needed in order to survive. At times, raiding parties would pillage the people of Yamato, who grew to see them as barbarians. Despite their raids, there were very few instances in which the Urudishans clashed with Yamato's military. Their primary goal was to obtain resources. They would only raid storehouses or take the Yamatins' harvested crops. The Uzurdashans knew they could stand little chance if they drew the full brunt of Yamato's ire. However, with the appearance of one man, the situation changed completely. Gundhulia, him, a man who stands, the man who united over 100 tribes to create a mighty nation in one generation. After unifying the Uzurashans, he set his gaze on invading surrounding nations, and now Yamato. Though not as prosperous, with an army of veteran warriors, their forces vastly outnumber Yamato's. Because most of Urushan's bordering nations were not expecting a full-on invasion, they fell one by one, unable to muster a retaliation in time. Although Yamato drove them back, the Urudashans savored their brief victory. Their assaults continued, their ferocity renewed. And the lands they took became wastelands, with no hope of restoration. Did a full scorched earth of retreat. What's his name? Sorry, go back. Gundurua. Yeah, sure. Once a barbarian, always a barbarian.
まさか勝利できるなどと本気で思っているのではあるまいな。道家にでもなってこちらを笑わせようとするつもりか?
I mean, it's essentially, you know, the steppe tribes fighting China right now. That kind of situation.
俺はライコー殿らしくもない。託したと侮っておりますと足元を救われますぞ。
Just better hope you're not the song or something. I was going to say you want to be the king, but then I remembered, oh wait, the King Dynasty was founded by the Manchukuos, so, or Manchurians, who are one of those steppe tribes, so.
ウズール社軍の組織は整えられ、指揮系統が確立されつつあります。 これまでのようにただの力押しではなく軍略に備えたようですね。
Alright, they got some brainiacs in there. It's like, oh, that's bad. Mikado faintly smiles, as though he had just heard something amusing, or what they extol as strategy, which, to anyone else with half brain is like basic mild organization. It's like, huh.
なんと冷たい笑いか。小生はこれまで数知れぬ戦で兵と防衛の指揮を取ってきた。その功を認められ、新参者の身でありながら発注将の地位を賜り、だがそんな小生ですら愛する民を蹂躙され、お怒りになられている。このような思いをさせてし
I
まう。
think he might be projecting just a little
小
bit.
生の深く、なんと
報告します。何事か想像し、御前であるぞ。
Yeah, it must be real important then.
恐れながら申し上げます。ウズール社が国境を越え進軍を開始。
Ah,
先森どもは何をしていた？あらゆる事態に対処できるよう連携を強化していたはずだ。
probably just outmaneuvered them. Just go around.
主要な街道すべてからの侵攻に対応しきれず、兵を引いて砦に立てこもってございます。すべての街道から侵攻だと。
It's like Desert Storm. The Iraqis set up like crazy defensive positions and trench works in the desert. Coalition forces just went around them. They're like, oh, okay. Just bomb and like kind of keep them pinned down, and we'll just, whoop, go right around the side onto Baghdad.
略奪し連れ去った者たちを人質を使って兵にするらしい。使い捨ての兵にな。
I guess that's one way of getting auxiliary forces.
しばらくおとなしくしておったと思ったが、身の程を知らぬな。
Yep, time to put them in their place. The Mikado mutters, pitying his voice.
蛮族の王路は知らなかったのであろう。ヤバトの秘めたる力を一度のおごりが人を食わす。
Decapompo to the front. Just stand there and block their advance with your wide body.
この私めにご命令をにゃも。必ずや蛮族どもを蹴散らしてご覧に入れるにゃもぞ。
How about we send this guy instead?
にゃも。何を言うか、無理にゃも。わしを誰にゃもと。
二度は言わぬ。
Yeah.
その臭い口を開くな。
Sure you want to argue with this guy?
我が帝よ、命令を。察すれば奴らを一人残らず。
それには及ばぬ。
Oh?
蛮族の王路に伝えよ。汝が首を差し出せば、慈悲をもってウズール社の民を救済するであろう。
正常のお慈悲を受け入れなかったとしました。
Kill them all.
世は寛大である。
Mikado's from Buenos Aires.
無知を許容し続けるほど推挙ではない。学べぬ者には
Yes.
学ばさねばならぬ。汝らの
Destroy them.
力の解放を許可する。蹂躙し、無知である罪を広く知らしめよ。
Some real Carthage shit, burn the cities, salt the earth. Let them never rise again against us. All in the room bow their head at the Mikado's cold proclamation.
殲滅戦か。
Yep.
気が進まぬな。
Ah, they brought it on themselves. Don't worry about it.
正常の命とあらば、国に害をなす者は叩くしかない。
It's like me when I play CK3. It really brings out the worst in you. With permission to release their powers, the other 8 pillar generals seem keen for battle.
民に被害が出ぬよう、白たちにも動いてもらうか。
I was about to say, like, what, you gonna go knock on his door and be like, hey, bud, wanna go campaigning? It'll be fun. Earn some sick loot. Cool. Is that that's just a cool monster skull, right? You didn't dig that out of the ground and you didn't make any deals with it, did you? I hope not. Gundura sits upon his throne, a ferocious grin on his face as he looks upon the Yamaton messenger. His retainers around the room hold their breaths in silence.
ほう、ヤマトの帝はそのように言ったか。偉大なる正常のお言葉である。重ねて聞かれ、直ちに兵を引き、ヤマトから立ち去るがよい。さすれば正常は、こたびの侵攻に温情ある措置で臨まれましょう。返答やいかに。
I think they're gonna send Earhead back instead.
まだ口にしていない言葉があろう。すべてを語れ。何のことでありましょうか。まさかこれだけではあるまい。まだ続きがあるのであろう。
Well, you know, you just need to
ことはない。ヤマトの帝の考え、じっくりと聞かせてもらおう。さあ、死者の務めを果たす。
You, you sure you want us to say? You know, you can just read it and we can leave. Yeah. Like, don't shoot the messenger. Like, I just work here. Ah. You sure? You sure about that?
我らが御神の名に誓ってもよいぞ。それでは恐れながら申し上げる。グンドゥルは標準の証としてそなたの首を差し出せ。さすればウズール社の民には末永き平安を約束し。
And you know, the unsaid part is the implicated threat.
それが
Yep, his words, not mine, not mine. I'm just reading the paper. I didn't write it. Gundura closes his eyes. For some time, he remains still and quiet. An icy silence envelops the gathering. The messenger holds his breath anxiously, standing before the throne. After a while, a low chuckle escapes Gundura. Yep, him. He wanted to tell you that, not me. Yeah, real funny. Woo!
なんと一生に腐れるとはまさしく王者にふさわしい
Yes, clearly you are a man of large stature?
だから言うたであろう。そのような愉快な話を聞かされて笑いこそする怒りなどするものか。
So, can I go now?
貴様もそうは思わぬか。非常なる身には判断いたしかねます。
Yeah. Good diplomatic answer.
愉快であろう。はあ。そうか。なら笑え。愉快な時には笑うものだ。ほれ、笑わぬか。
It seems kind of inappropriate.
笑えぬのか。
Ha 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 ha.
そうだ。笑え笑え。いいぞ、もっとだ。
From the belly, you know, give a good belly laugh.
笑え笑え。もっとだ、もっと。
There we go.
何がそんなにおかしい。
Yeah, there we go. The messenger's body trembles violently for a moment. He slowly looks down to see Gundura's curved blade buried deep within his gut.
どうした。もう笑わぬのか。
Gunada grabs the messenger by the collar, keeping him upright, his face twisted in a ghastly sneer.
遠慮するなと言ったはずだ。さあ、もっと笑え。腹の底からを。笑え、笑え、笑え。カーカカカカカカカカカカ。
Oh, this ain't going well, huh? Well, that's not very civilized. The sword plunges into his gut again and again, till his lower body tears and falls to the ground.
腹がなくては笑うこともできんか。
Gunoha mutters, as though tired of this exchange, and casually tosses the messenger's torso aside. Man, someone's gonna have to clean that up. The body hits with a bloody splatter, and blood begins to pool around the man's remains. Having lost interest, Gunoha does not even waste a second glance on the lifeless meat. He surveys his retainers and roars at the top of his lungs.
これよりヤマトへ進軍する。女子供とて容赦はいらぬ。ヤマトの者どもを蹂躙せよ。天下を統べるべきはヤマトではなくウズール社。このグンドゥルワだということ
Oh, I thought you were done. My
奴ら
bad.
に知らしめて。
Yep, sorry, man. Sorry to cut you off in your big moment there. I try to suppress the large yawn, but it will not be denied.
すごいあくびだね。
さすがにちと眠い。
I glance up. Little by little, the eastern sky is getting brighter. Usually, I'd be snoring in bed at this hour. This isn't the first time I've gone with Kuan to morning market, but I could still use a nap.
ハク、ありがとう。
I hear a lot of shouting around the area. Urchin's trying to get the attention of potential customers. I peer around. I'm actually kind of impressed by how many people are so functional this early.
にしても、今朝はいつにも増して賑やかだな。
Kuan gives a small nod in response, glancing around herself.
そうだね。近々戦があるという噂がある。
Yeah, people stocking up.
だからかな。
戦が？
西方のウズールス社が侵攻してきたみたい。実際、辺境の国が陥落したって話だよ。大和側もそれを迎え撃つために国境の軍備を固めているそうだよ。
おいおい、初耳だぞ。国を落とされたって結構やばいんじゃないのか？
Kinda.
しかし、それにしては町の人たちの顔からは不安や怯えの色
Oh,
は。
it's because Yamato's the biggest fish in the pond. They got nothing to worry about. In fact, there's almost a sense of excitement, like there's gonna be a festival or something.
多分みんなこの大和が負けるなんてことつゆにも思ってないんじゃないかな。
Kuan probably guessed my question from my expression. She continues on.
それだけ民がこの国に帝に絶対の信頼を寄せているということなんだろうね。
帝ね。
The unified country of Yamato, made up of smaller provinces, and the Olo that rules over them.
いや、なんでもない。自分は何も知らんし、何も見ていないからな。
さてと、こんなところかな。
Yep, not our problem.
買ったし、そろそろ戻ろっか。みん
Yeah,
なが起き
anyway.
てくる前にルレティエに届けないと朝ごはんの支度に間に合う。
そうだな。
Yeah, or, you know, doesn't affect me in any way.
どうしよう。トト様の代わりと言われたらとぼけるのもできないし。
What?
楽しそうやから行きたいけど。
Get ordered to the front?
苦しいの連れてなんて絶対に嫌や。
After we finish breakfast, Atui sits there with a letter in hand, looking deeply pensive.
あといどうしたの？
Makes sense a bunch of them would get called on to go. Kyuru's probably gonna have to go. Atui's going. I don't think Rudertia would go though.
珍しく頭をひねったりして似合わんな。
トト様から手紙が届いたんよ。
Just a little
それで
smidge.
そこまで悩むってことは何か大変なことでも書かれていたか？
それがな。
Just as Atu is about to explain, she claps her hands together as if inspiration struck.
そうやえ。なあなあ二人ともこれから暇け？うん。特に何かあるわけじゃないかな。
Yeah, why do you ask? Nothing ever good ever comes from someone asking that.
そんならちょっとそこまでいいけ？付き合ってもらいたいところがあるんよ。
Atui smiles cheerfully. Seems like we're getting roped into something. Are you gonna go see Oshtor and be like, "Oh, sorry, old man, can't go. We've already offered our services to go help out Oshtor." Whoops.
それはどうかな？吠え面書くなよ。勝負。5か。1。
I like her frog face.
この駒を落とすか。もう2進めてそっちの駒か。残念。外れだよ。それはおとりで。
I have no idea what game they could possibly be playing.
なんだと。それじゃあ私の番だね。5と3で8だから4でこの駒を落として。ほら、勝負ありかな。しかも倍付けだね。待て、さっきのは手が滑っただけで、本当はこっちだ。
No take backsies.
いい女は待ったしないものかな。なぜだ。
Your brain is small. When you shake your head, there's a rattling noise.
クオン様、お遊戯も得意なんですね。お母様たちがこういったの好きだったから。
Oh yeah, I guess they would be.
一緒に遊んでいるうちに自然にね。さすがは我が好敵手。こうでなくては面
Bunch
白
of
い。
old widowed women, you know, nothing better to do besides play games.
だが私のうちに眠りし獣を呼び覚ましてしまったな。そろそろ私の本気を見せる時が来たようだ。そうなんだ。
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay. You do you. I hear the girls happily chatting behind me. Hey, nice. Actually get to see a CG with Haku for once. With reins in hands, keeping an eye on the steeds moving us forward, I let out a small sigh. We're in the mountains north of the Imperial capital. A dense forest covers the mountainside. In the carriage behind us, Ogi, Kudu, and Kokopo follow along.
しかし、こんな車をどこで。
The carriage Kuon turned up with had all kinds of traveling supplies. We're fine, even in the mountains. Not only did it have enough food and clothes, it included beds and even a simple cooking stove. It also had all the amenities for bathing. It seems designed for long-term traveling and comfort. Even had a couple of games packed in for road entertainment. The wanky.
そのことはいい。そのことはいいんだが。
But why do I have to be the one driving?
どう考えてもちょっとそこまでな距離じゃないぞおい。
You're the one driving because you're the man. Unfortunately, that's just how it goes. That's right. It's been about 3 days since we set out.
ここまで来るともう旅と言っても差し支
I
え
mean, even then, you know, I say drive. You just sit there and hold the reins and, like, steer them. Oh, we're going left. Oh, we're going right. Like, that's it. Don't gotta worry about not swerving into, like, hitting a fucking Jersey barrier on the side of the road.
そろそろ国境あたりに差し
Ah,
掛かる
ain't that where the bad stuff's happening?
前方注意。回避推奨。主様、この先の地面に大きな木の根があります。
Nah, let's hit it right on. A little revenge for those people chilling in the back. I quickly shift the reins, guiding our path around them.
悪いな。助かった。
I glance both right and left to acknowledge each of the twins. The two of them aren't joining in any of the others' games, and they sit next to me as usual. Oh, well, yeah, that's the job of the co-pilot. Riding shotgun, you gotta keep the driver awake. You know, talk with them, listen to music together, you know. You know, they actually have a job. They're the navigator. Look at the maps instead of, you know, just chilling in the back like a fucking parasite. The two of them shake their heads instantly at my question, no deliberation required. I actually like being the one driving. Because at least it gives you something to do for these long road trips. And say it like it's a bad thing. And now Atu, he's jumped on me from behind. Well, compared to these two, don't even know why, but Atui's smile sends a shiver down my spine. Atui leans forward on me to get a look around, and of course, pressing on the back of my head. It's only weird if you make it weird. To be able to recognize from the surroundings, you from around here? Yeah. Just like I thought. Oh, you've just been like fucking shanghaied into the military, bro. To the front? Yeah. No, it's not. Ogi gestures towards the carriage in front with a placid smile. Though through the window of the car, they can all see the girls playing games. They've switched from Sugoroku to Shogi, but they still look to be having fun together. Unfamiliar with that game. I know Shogi, not that first one. No take backsies. Yeah. She has a very strong personality too, which I can see kind of getting in the way a little bit. Mm-hmm. Tis the role of a brother. As a single child, you wouldn't get it. The shadow falls over Kiryu's expression. We finally get out of the forest, and then proceed into an open field. Yeah, I was about to say, was that an arrow? Huh? I'm not sure what just happened. Thought I saw something flying towards me really fast. Then Atui's hand appeared and I see an arrow caught between her fingers, still vibrating with force. I finally realized. A straight arrow had almost pierced my head, and Atui somehow caught it in time. My near-death reaction finally kicks in, and a cold sweat breaks out all over me. We can hear yelling in the distance, and the sound of metal clashing against metal. The infrequent crackling of fire, and the scent of burnt flesh. Hmm. We're at the war.
遊び場やよ。
Time to earn some glory.
これのどこが遊び場だ。小首をかしげてもごまかされんぞ。
Yeah, people are gonna die. Don't call it the playground.
戦になると聞いてはいたが、面倒ごとに巻き込まれないうちにとっとと引き返すぞ。
なんで？
Yeah, we're here for the trouble.
なんでって
In fact, we came to start some.
せっかくこのために遠くから遊びに来たんや。
このためにってまさか戦のことを知っててきたのか。
Yep.
知ってるも何もこの戦な。トト様が国から離れられ
Ah,
ない
makes
から
sense.
代わりに行ってきてくれって頼まれたんや。
Gotta stay back and organize like the movement of forces. Can't personally lead at the front.
あの手紙。
Yes, he decided to send his daughters as proxy.
それは面白そうやからいいんやけどな。うちの若いの率いてとか
Ah.
堅苦しいし暑苦しいんよ。ムキムキしたのが汗で体をテカテカさせて、お嬢様お嬢様って鼻息荒くしてきてな。そんなん嫌やからみんなと一緒に遊びに来たんや。
Mildly rude, but okay.
いや遊びにって
オストラハンもな、自由に遊んでって聞いたらいいよって遊ぶんなら
I guess he's like, well, it'd be a good learning experience for a boy here.
そりゃ遊びは遊びでも遊撃だ。
Yes.
っていうかお前にとっては遊びみたいなもんかもしれないが、
People
これは戦
are
だぞ。
dying,
そんな
at
ことに
this
みんなを
very
巻
second.
き込んだらダメだろうが。
and you're having fun.
ダメなのけ？
ダメに決まってるだろうが。友達と思うなら戦
Yeah,
に
what are
巻き込む
friends
な
for
ど
if not
どうも
this?
冗談だ。
でもお友達と一緒遊びに
Your head is broken.
うん
Your brain no work.
さて到着かな。
Yeah, they sure do.
兄様が言っていた通りだいぶ戦火が拡大しているみたいなのです。ノスリー、オーギー、ちょっと偵察をお願いできる？敵味方の位置は把握しておきたいから。
Probably over there on the other side.
もう一度勝負を忘れるな。ルルティエとネコネは一緒に周囲の地形の把握をお願い。はいです。わかりました。ココポ、行こう。
何自然に動いてるんだ。もしかしてこんな
They
こと
probably put two and two together. You're the only one who didn't.
なあなあ、後半。もしかしてここに誘ったの？
Mildly, but you know, what are friends for if not to inconvenience each other?
お友達を遊びに誘っては。アトゥイ。そんなことないかな。こうやってお友達に誘ってもらえたのって。
I mean, I think your perspective's a little off on this whole thing, Kuon, depending, you know, considering who raised you.
クオン、全然取り乱している様子がないんだが、まさかこのことを知ってたのか。
もしかしてハク、気づいてなかった？
No.
何この本当に気づいてなかったの的な空気。
アトゥイのお父様から書簡が届いたってことは、
Well,
なん
yeah.
となく予想がついたかな。アトゥイは王族なのだから、戦となれば一軍を率いる立場にあるのだし、兄様も配下を率いて出陣なさっているのですよ。
ひょっとしてお前たちも
Well, yeah,
知ってた
they're
のか。
like, you think about their role in their, you know, quote unquote education that they got.
あ、そう。
Just no one thought to mention it because everyone already assumed everyone else already
皆さん
knew.
は知っていたのか。
はい。
Indubitably. That's my word, Ogi.
知っていたぞ。
じゃあルルティアは？
Yeah, she assumed.
ルルティエは松姫だけど、立場的にはアトゥイと同じかな。当然分かっていたと思うかな。
I don't know if, you know, Lutia's dad would have sent her to the front, considering, well, he's a naval guy to begin with.
ごめんなさい。
You know, I don't think he's gonna put her in charge of, like, securing a beachhead under hostile fire.
キールはどうなんだ？知っていたのか？
もちろん知ってましたよ。やだな。
いや
知らないのは自分だけだったと。
お腹が
he said, lying through his teeth.
この音、
どうした？
風の匂いも変わったかな。何かが動いてる。
どこだ？何も見えんが。
多分あそこでは
They got like a bunch of cavalry or
鳥
something?
が飛び去ってますから、何かの集団がいるように感じます。
Big old Wachter charge in the flank.
言われてみれば、遠くで
Makes sense, they're a bunch of nomads.
鳴く声が聞こえるな。
As long as they don't have recurved bows, we'll be fine.
どこだよ。さっきまでと何がどう変わったのかはさっぱりわからん。
向こうの方角か。オギ。
はい、姉上。
Nozory hands her luggage to Ogi and darts to the closest tree, nimbly leaping onto its branches.
いたぞ。あれか。確かに。
Well, that's probably not good.
集団がいるな。
Large groups of enemies are bad.
いや、だからどこだ？
だが、
Look for like the dust
木々の
cloud.
影でそれがなんだかよくわからないな。あの鎧はヤマトの兵ではないな。いや、ちょっと待て。何やら妙だ。
妙って
I'm surprised, Yamato has a large enough production base to actually, issue uniforms to its troops. Most of the time, it's just a gaggle of dudes wearing whatever they can scrounge up, and they just a couple guys with some banners to keep them organized.
いや、違うな。どうやら片方の集団に怪我人か何かが出て動けないようだが、もう片方が無理やり歩かせようとしている
That's the meat shield.
どうも対等な関係ではなさそうだな。
ノズリさん、その怪我人のいる方の集団について。
そうだな。ミナリはもう一方の連中と比べると、どちらかというと、
That's because they are.
だが、鎧の類を着ていないな。ただ、武器を持っているだけだ。
Probably just spears. You can give any untrained fuck a pointy stick and tell them, stab in front of you, and they'll get it figured out in a couple hours.
ウズール社は捕らえた人をナカンにして自分たちの代わりに戦わせるという話を聞くので、
ナカン？
強制的に兵にされている人たちなのです。大抵が人質を取られていて逆らえず。
Weaken up the enemy for the regulars to come in.
のようだな。動けなかった者が切り捨てられた私兵というやつだ。
その一団の進路の予測はつく？
速度はそれほどじゃないな。このまま谷沿いに進むようだが。
Okay.
確か
As long as they're not joining the fray.
はいです。ヤマトの陣の場所なので。
That's bad though.
裏に回り込んで奇襲を仕掛ける気かな。
Yeah.
何？この子らだけで索敵から識別予測までこなしているんだけど。
Well, it makes sense, hit them from the behind, cut off their escape route, pincer attack them.
そっか。
And then it's done and done from there.
子たちと遊びに行こうか。そうだね。せっかくだし。やっぱクオンは
Yeah, Kuon loves killing people.
猫ね。
Like, rip their fucking heads off. Shove her, like, fist through the ribcage.
少しだけ時間をいただけたら必ずなのです。ルルティエはなんなら。
No, we need Kokopo there. He's like one of our toughest guys. Sorry, Lutetia. I just view Kokopo as the actual unit instead of you, but that's kind of how it is.
っていうか、なんでみんなそうやる気満々なの？なんか。
Women love nothing more than starting conflict, bud. You should know this by now. They're just following their natural instincts. Really, you think they're synced up already? I mean, they have been living together for a while.
いや、集めたというか、勝手に集まってきたっていうか。
That's even, more impressive. That they just flock to you. I look around the group once more. They all seem pretty bloodthirsty, hot-blooded.
っていうか、本当に戦うわけね。
それじゃあハク、指示をよろしくね。
I'm gonna get you all killed. I'm bad at the strategy thing, as you can tell. Considering the last few bouts we've had have been absolute knockdown, drag out shit shows. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, that will have to wait for next time. Once again, like you all for watching, don't forget to come subscribe, read the notification bell. See you guys next time for the next episode of Utawarerumono Mask of Deception, where we'll get into our first real standing battle with multiple armies and real fights instead of just scuffles with bandits. It'll be a fun time had by all. I'll probably do some free battles beforehand to, knock the rust off, but, I won't record that. So, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell. See you guys on next time. Later. Bye-bye.